Mark Lifman was a well-known figure in Cape Town. He was a businessman with interests in real estate and nightlife. Lifman was a controversial figure. He was often linked to criminal activities. These allegations included running protection rackets and involvement in murders. Lifman's reputation preceded him. He was often in the news. His name was synonymous with Cape Town's underworld. Despite the allegations, Lifman maintained his innocence. He denied any involvement in criminal activities. However, the allegations persisted. Lifman's name became synonymous with the dark side of Cape Town's success. On November 3, 2024, Mark Lifman's life ended in a hail of gunfire. He was assassinated outside the Garden Route Mall in George, Western Cape. The assassination was a carefully planned hit. Lifman was a high-profile target. The news of his death sent shockwaves through Cape Town. It was a public execution. The brazen nature of the killing shocked even those familiar with Lifman's world. Two suspects were quickly apprehended. They were connected to Cape Town Security and Protection Services. One suspect had a particularly interesting background. He was a former member of the South African Police Service's Special Task Force. The arrests suggested a professional hit. This was not the work of amateurs. Mark Lifman's name was synonymous with Cape Town's nightlife. He owned and operated several nightclubs and bars. These businesses were successful. They attracted a mix of locals and tourists. However, allegations persisted. Some claimed Lifman used these businesses for illicit activities. These included money laundering and drug trafficking. Lifman vehemently denied these accusations. He insisted his businesses were legitimate. Lifman was also a key accused in the high-profile murder of Brian's steroid king Weinstein. Weinstein was a prominent figure in the South African underworld. He was murdered in 2017. Lifman was out on bail awaiting trial for this murder. His trial was scheduled for November 4, 2024. This was just one day after his assassination. The timing of his death raised many eyebrows. Some speculated that Lifman's death was linked to the Weinstein case. Mark Lifman's assassination left a void in Cape Town's underworld. He was a major player in organized crime. His death created a power vacuum. Many wondered who would fill this void. Would it be a bloodless transition, or would violence erupt as different factions vied for control? The answers remain unclear. What is certain is that Lifman's death marked a turning point. Cape Town's criminal landscape would never be the same. The police presence increased in the city. Authorities were determined to prevent further violence. They also wanted to send a message. Organized crime would not be tolerated. The future remained uncertain. However, one thing was clear. Mark Lifman's death was a significant event. It would have a lasting impact on Cape Town.